Hey Joe,
Hello, Jez. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, excellent, thank you.
Good.
Been busy?
No, I've been golfing up Townley today.
Have you?
Get out.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. How's the golf going, Jez? I didn't realize you played.
I don't.
Gordon, Gordon, send more house to save the house. Come on, the
No, it's just a nice big walk with nice people.
Yeah, nice. Who do you play with?
Beats him
Oh, yeah.
and
We
Steve
say
Coogan.
it does depend. If you say nice people, it does depend on who you're playing with, Jeff. Because I played with Frankie tonight.
Oh dear, and did that not go too well?
No, it's all right.
He's a
He's
nice
just a
fella.
nuisance. He's just a bit of a nuisance.
Chaps, am I visible to you?
I can't see.
Does that matter?
Um,
No, it doesn't really for the recording, but it is nice to see you.
I'm just working out. I'm on my phone, you see. I'd rather.
oh, sorry, I
Oh.
muted you then, Stan, by accident. You're on your phone, but you'd rather be what? Sorry.
I'd rather to get anything like video. How about that?
I've sent it to your email if you want to go on your laptop or computer,
I can
Stan.
see me. I can see me.
I can see you.
So we're happy.
Yeah.
Very happy, always happy, Stan, when you come on.
Jolly good.
So, bit of an introduction there. So the listeners will know who the guest is. But welcome to the Housecast, everybody. The recording pre-season, getting a little bit jittery now. The spring's on its way, albeit the weather's pants tonight. But we're not far off the cricket season. We've got a few draws to do. I think two. I'll just go and have a look, and then we're having a little catch up. How's it going, Joe Martin?
Excellent, thanks, Jez. How are you?
Yeah, all good. Yeah, keeping active, as you know, like you do, going for nice walks and everything. Still watching a bit of football, which is good, and yeah, keeping busy. We've got a few on tonight. I thought we were only going to be me and you, Joe.
Excellent. Gaz looks very serious.
Is he? Is he? Does he look like
Looks like a hit.
a serial killer?
I was going to go say hitman rather than a serial killer. I think one's got a bit more, kind of gravitas about it. Like,
Hey,
Hello,
Gary, how's
Gary.
it going?
Hello, Stan. Hello, guys. How you doing?
all right, thank you.
Can I just say we have an action shot of Joe Beneducci in full flow, stuffing his face. Hey,
Is it cream tea, that, Joe?
Cheese on toast, Gaz.
Do you ever put any Worcester sauce on it, Joe, or anything like that?
Occasionally, yeah. Sweet
Yeah.
chili sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Mm.
Excellent.
sweet chili on beans on toast.
No, cheese on toast, Stan.
Cheese.
Oh,
Cheddar
beg your pardon.
cheese.
Worcestershire sauce, Liam Perrins.
Yeah, I do that, Stan. Delightful.
Well, that's because we're gourmets, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking golden.
Gastronomes.
Oh, as you can hear, we've got Joe Beneducci with us as well. So, how did the golf go today, Joe, with our esteemed friend Frankie?
Recurring theme. Me and Blaze got beat at Kirk, unfortunately.
Was?
You want good golf parlance? We lost 3-2, so it's a comfortable defeat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think I do understand that.
Blaz's fault.
Right. How's Blaze playing? I believe he's getting into it.
Yeah, he's playing well. Yeah, he's good. Loves it.
Good. No, that's good. So, as I've said, we've got two. I've just double checked. We've got two draws to do tonight, so that's good. We'll play our. It's becoming quite legendary around Rose Grove. Is the new game? Guess the winner. So maybe we could get Stan involved as well. Stan will get them all, though, won't he?
Yeah.
You'll have to make the clues really hard, Jen.
Yeah. Stan knows everyone. So anyway, Stan Heaton is our guest tonight. We're going to talk about the build-up to the season, how the ground's looking with this poor weather, and how things are with the junior section, etc. So welcome on board, Stan. How's things going?
Well, thank you for having me on again. I think it's been 10 years since I was last on, but it's nice to be back. Well, very disappointed that we're not going to be able to play any cricket on Good Friday. The square's fit, but the outfield Parkside is a paddy field, and we reseeded the bonfire in two parts because half of it was still on a football pitch. So the football pitch half is just sprouting, but not fit to run on. So general outfield and bonfire repair, ground not fit. Having said that, the square is. So with some decent weather, we can hopefully get the friendlies in. The juniors have done 10 weeks of training for the 7-year-olds up to the sort of 10-year-olds. And we've got a huge influx of girls, all of whom have been absolutely magnificent. They've gone from never having held a bat and ball this time last year to having done girls' dynamos in the summer. And we've had them on the 10-week training course and a couple of days at Christmas. And they've been absolutely marvellous. So they will play in the newly formed Lancashire Junior League Girls League, which I'm just putting together. Most of them, or all of them, in fact, will play in the mixed under-9s teams. The 9Cs will be all girls, the 9Bs will be 50-50, and the 9As will be, obviously, that will be our strongest under-9s team. So, well, including the girls' team in the girls' league, where they can play from age 9 to 13 in the same team. All told, we'll have 16 junior teams this year. So I'm just putting the finishing touches to the fixtures, and it's wall-to-wall cricket.
Yeah, and we'll go back to the ground because I'd like to talk about the square and the work that was done in September last year by you all. But before I do that is so. And not wanting to blow smoke up your backside, but that takes some organising, not just for the fixtures and the girls, but it's having volunteers that are prepared to give up evenings to look after them. And I know quite a few will be parents, but that's a massive task. Have you got enough volunteers to manage the teams?
Very much. Sorry, Des, interrupted you there. Very much so. And I think it's possibly worth explaining to the listeners.
Yeah.
That, the ECB are pushing girls' cricket considerably, and so much so that if you are a Premier League, as the Lancashire Cricket League is, and you are in the Premier League, as the Lowerhouse Cricket Club are, there's an obligation to have a girls' section, and for girls' games, and this goes back to last year, girls' games to be played and recorded on Play Cricket. That being the method in which the LCF, who are the ECB's Lancashire representatives, of course, that being their method of seeing that this is taking place. And as you know, Jez, there are some quite severe penalties threatened, whether they carried out or not's another matter, of withholding money from the Lancashire Cricket League, or even relegating teams who don't fulfil this. Now, fortunately, we were well ahead of the game, and I must emphasise that we're not doing this because we have to. We're doing this because we want to, and it's right and proper. So it could have been a burden for us, bearing in mind we would have had 14 teams last year, 15 teams this year, plus another girls' team making 16. It could have been a great burden, but Paddy Martin, as indeed not just Joe Martin, but Mum and Dad as well. The Martins are what every club dreams of in terms of help and assistance. And Paddy volunteered himself as the girls' section chairman. He has coordinated the girls' training in the summer, which came after Dynamos, All Stars and Dynamos. So he's done all that. We've brought them into our squad training. We've done the winter training at Christmas, and Joel's been there, Paddy's been there. I can't name all the coaches for fear of missing somebody out. But in the winter training, where we've had the 10 weeks for those that need 10 weeks, the under 11 plus 2 under 15s don't need 10 weeks. They can have 5 weeks nets. We've had at least 2 coaches in each lane, 4 lanes throughout. And we've had 2 coaches in between the lanes doing one-to-one coaching. So you can imagine, young girl, fairly new, never netted before, gradually eased into it, helmet, pads, gloves. We need to work on their off drive. So they go to one of the two coaches in the middle, and we work on the technique. The first 5 weeks is skills and drills and mini matches. The second 5 weeks is nets. So in terms of help, Jez, I apologise. That was a long-winded reply. In terms of help, I couldn't, and the club couldn't be better off. Really, it's fabulous.
Yeah.
How people buy into us, parents. We've got another parent that's thrown his hat into the ring. We're going to put him on a coaching course because he wants to. We do a lot of in-house coach training, if you will. And we always try and find from the new batch of under nines, we always try and find another coach. So again, long-winded answer. I do apologise, but touch wood, so far so good.
No, you don't need to apologise, Stan. It's really important, and I think it's good. The listeners, some listeners might not be interested, but they can fast forward. Some people will listen to this for the first time, and I think it's worth just reiterating and seeing what Dooch and Gary think of this, because we are some might say that we are lucky with the Martins, with yourself, with the other coaches. We've invested. Let's not beat about the bush. We do pay coaches, parents, etc., to coach the who have got the requisite skills to coach the juniors. But the ECB are coming down very hard, as Stan's alluded to, Gary and Dooch. And I will come and ask your thoughts on this. And I think it's fair to say members of the exec felt we were being pushed into something because we're a Premier League. Women's and girls sections, as Stan said, are now a must. And a lot of clubs, in fact, the vast majority of clubs, are not in the position that Lowerhouse are in, and are finding it extremely difficult. Dooch, are you aware of that's going on within the Lancashire League structure, and not just at Lowerhouse, and some clubs are struggling? And if so, has anyone said anything to you about it?
I'm not aware of any specifics, Jez, but I mean, it would be difficult. It wouldn't be difficult to guess that some clubs struggle to put boys teams out, don't they? So the fact that girls teams are now mandated, you would. Like I said, I don't know specifics, but if I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would have a few quid on a few clubs that I would think of. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's sad to see. Stan and I speak to these people. They are friends, and they do struggle with it. Gary, do you think, in your view, and I know it's difficult, it's a bit of a difficult question, do you think that the ECB are right in mandating clubs to, if you don't, they literally are saying, the sanctions will be quite severe and you will get relegated, or you will lose points, or, potential fines. What's your view on that, Gary? I'm not sure you've heard of it.
No, I hadn't heard of the rules like that. I can understand why they're pushing it hard, but I think there's got to be some allowance somewhere along the line to it to take off, to get up and running. There'll be so much clubs are learning along the way. It's not just a switch you flick, is it? Joe's talked about getting a side out on the pitch. Stan's talked about volunteers. But then you've got to have the facilities as well. You've got to be able to prepare wickets and have the ground available it's almost going to be 7 nights a week.
Yeah.
So I think there's probably a lot to learn with that sort of expansion. The principle's right in the sense of obviously pushing the girls' side of the game. Obviously, nobody disagree with that. But I think just to say because you're a Premier League club you can instantly do it, I'm not. It doesn't sound right to me. But I don't know enough of the detail.
No, and I mean, to be fair, it's been coming for probably 24 months, but no one, apart from the likes of Stan's group, and we have a really good helper, a volunteer on the exec, Naomi Aspin, who pushes it for the Lancs League and tries and helps all the clubs. So I do think it's going in the right direction, and sometimes in these meetings we can be a little bit pessimistic about it, and we think about doom and gloom, and I'm one of those people. Oh, they can't do this, they can't do the other. But I think, obviously it is for the right reasons, and to get, to expand the game. It doesn't matter whether it's boys, girls, women, or men. Joe Martin, have you a view on it before we lighten up a bit and go back to the actual square?
Yeah, I mean, I think in principle it's definitely the right thing to do, because there's so many girls that want to play now, and there's loads of opportunities. And, Lowerhouse is an example of that with, Eliza Cotton and Libby, Grace Johnson, who's at Ranny but started at Lawhouse's kind of pathways to become, professional, are there. But at the same time, it's a continuum of skill, isn't it? Where and girls should be allowed to play and have the opportunity to play wherever they want, and in single sex teams as well. I think the thing for me is when you look at the makeup of, especially in the north, 'cause I don't really know anything about the south, but in the north there's clusters of clubs in very small areas, small catchment areas. So to be able to cater, so there's obviously lots of clubs there, but is there the amount of girls that are available to go to those clubs? And I think if you were to design a cricket club league or structure for girls, would you do it in the club structure that there is now? And I'm not sure you would if you were to start at the beginning. I think you'd probably think about how you can regionalise it, bring the cricket clubs together, that you get different coaches from different regions.
Well,
in one
sorry,
area.
Joe, you've hit the nail on the head there. So for example, currently, our girls progress through our junior teams, and as you know, they get into the third 11 and fourth 11. And in Liberty Heap's case, she would have played second 11, played in a first 11 friendly, all on merit, of course. But those girls get that good that they're then never available because they're playing for Lancashire second 11 women or Lancashire first 11 women. So they become unavailable for us. So that hinders you having a women's team because you're losing your better players, your older players, and a 16-year-old girl playing in the under 18s. In some cases, it hasn't been a safe environment for them, so we can't play them because in the under 18s, of course, you can have a first 11 bowler or batsman, and even though they might be talented and good enough, physically they are in danger. And I'm not being sexist or misogynistic; it's a fact because we've seen it. So we then pass our girls on to when they get to that level to the likes of Ramsbottom, but ideally, we would want to keep them within our club. But then how do we do that when we've got 4 senior teams occupying every single Saturday and Sunday? We need a second ground. We need to hire a ground. We need to somehow conjure up another groundsman or pay a groundsman at another club. So it is enormously difficult. And all the things that Joe said and you said, Jez, about how clubs can cope, it's true, and it needs to be recognised. If I was the junior coordinator or girls coordinator at a cricket club that maybe had 3 junior sides and 1 coach, somebody else coming along and saying you have to have a girls team, you would go under.
Yeah.
Not the fact that they're girls, but the fact it's an extra team.
Yeah.
And some clubs, quite simply, aren't yet geared up for it. Now, the LCF have been wonderful. They've gone into schools, our local school, Lowerhouse Junior School. They've gone into schools, and they've been able, effectively, to capture a team. Here are 10 girls from that school who would like to play cricket at Lowerhouse, wherever, which is great. But if you haven't got a coach to deal with them, you can't just pluck one out of a drawer. If you haven't got a coach to deal with them, the ECB need to recognise that either finance, physical assistance is a necessity, or they need to draw back and say, for argument's sake, not just in our league, there are 11 clubs in Hyndburn. You can have you need 2 teams, Hyndburn East, Hyndburn West, rather than 11 teams.
Yeah. And I think, Stan, I think that's what a lot of the reps have been saying. And it is early days. And I'm glad you said, the LCF have been helpful and understanding and try and get it through. So I genuinely, and again, for the listeners, sending questions if you need to. Stan will be more than happy to field them, or I'll try and do it if it's from the exec side. But we do need to understand that it is for the right reasons. Whilst we are very lucky, or we manage it very well at Lowerhouse, some clubs, they're struggling to get first and certainly second teams together now, men's second teams, and we really don't want to see the demise of them because of something like this. So brilliant. If there's anyone got any questions, like I said, just send it into the onto the website, and Adam will pick them up and we'll try and address it all. Stan, you mentioned the square is fit and would be playable, if the outfield was okay. That's remarkable compared with the weather we've had and how things have gone. Is that down to the products that have been put on, all the hard work that was done in September, or just give us a description of how that's come about, how well it is?
Well, at the end of the season, we cut it as low as we can get it. We scarify it, mow it to pull out the dead grass. We then create channels and holes for the seed, brush the seed in, loam it, fertilize it, water it, and cross our fingers. As soon as we can get and it's usually a handheld, almost garden rotary mower on it, we start cutting it, and then as soon as it will take a roller, we start rolling and cutting it. And I mean, back in our day, Jez, at the beginning, we didn't have loam. When loam's done properly, it sets like concrete. And touch wood, I mean, the ball would leave a divot, would leave a pitch mark. There's no doubt about it. But you could play cricket on it. But because it gets all that loving attention, it's fit. The outfield, whilst we do the same in terms of mowing and scarifying and reseeding, we reseed after the cricket season and after the football has been on it. The outfield doesn't get that same attention because it's impossible. It's too big. And really, ideally, we need the drains addressing. So that's why that's not fit. The outfield's super when it's dry, but once it's topped up, it's difficult. But it does take a lot to top it up. And at the end of the day, it might be spring, but we're on the back end of winter.
Yeah.
And at some stages last week, the week before. At some stages the week before, the outfield was fit.
Yeah.
But we didn't think it was ready. Jez, to talk money, we'll spend roughly £8,000 to £10,000 on coaching, and the paid coaches are the top level 3, 2 of whom aren't associated with the club, but they are great coaches, happy to work with us, and we probably spend a similar amount, maybe a little bit less. Well, no, I'm going to contradict myself there. We spend more on the pitch than we do on coaching.
Yeah.
The end of season renovations probably cost about £3,000. We spend probably another £6,000 on the outfield in the various things that we have on the outfield. So fortunately, we are in a position where we can afford to do these things, and we have been helped out by grant money, and we have a marvellous partnership with Rosegrove Football Club, Rosegrove United Juniors Football Club. We have a marvellous partnership with them, and that's helped us to get some funding to allow us to put football on the ground. That said, we now have a drainage issue in one corner of the football pitch, which we've tried to address, but we need to revisit it. That's a little cause for concern, but it'll be all right. We'll sort it.
And I think at this point, Stan, it's probably worth mentioning your famous ground staff. We Waddo and Roger Watson, the work that they do with you around there, and I'm sure there are other people. How's it going with you three? It's always comical watching you working and chatting to you all. It's always fun.
Well, I've got to add to that, Stubbsy. Not his real name, but
that's his name for tax avoidance.
No, we think he's on the run. Stubbsy, who's there every day, as is Roger. Waddo's there every weekend, but he's off work at the moment, having in between jobs. He's got a new job to go to, so he's been down, and it's a vital time for us. When I look back, I cannot weigh up how I managed to clean the club and do the ground. Without this help. Roger Nay does the cleaning. And Stubbsy's there every day with me, and we're all three of us are on the ground. And when Roger's not trying to set fire to himself, as he did last week, we're now calling him the Torch. That superhero. He was monitoring. We were having a fire to get rid of some scrap wood, and he did the old petrol trick and blew the petrol can up, set fire to his arm. But no doubt, fortunately, no damage.
No
But
damage to him.
I have to say, we the day goes quick because we have a scream, an absolute scream.
It does look, does look good fun, whether it's during games or before the season, after season, or after games between the three of you. It's worth mentioning on here is a real character at the club. Roger Watson's relatively new compared with people who are on this call, but an ex-county player. Stan played a lot of cricket around here for various clubs, and then moved into Burnley, and is helping you out no end. So great.
He
stuff.
is. Well, he brought his son Braden, who's in the seconds and the thirds. He brought his son Braden about 4 years ago. 5 as an under 13. Bit late. Sorry, an under 14. Bit late in cricketing terms, but Braden stuck at it and become a good cricketer. And Rogers, since he's retired from his business, Rogers there every day, great help. And as I say, we had an absolute laugh. The banter, not much of which I can repeat here. Somebody's always doing something daft, and boy, you don't get to forget it.
Yeah, I bet. And I suppose that I'll come to you in a minute, Dooch, about it's good, Stan, that you tell us the costings of these sorts of things, that are in the accounts, obviously, so people could see them. But that's where, with the social club being the way it is now, and this has been going on for a few years now, probably 5-10 years, where it's really turned a corner. Lots of members, lots of events, etc. So I think it's only right we explain where this money goes, and the pitch is improving every year, Stan. When you walk across it, you say, I don't know how I manage doing the cleaning and the pitch. Well, because you're spending more time on the square, it certainly does. It's a quality pitch when we walk across it. Duke, is that something that is reflected, with the playing squad, and when there's discussions about the pro? Does the chair, Mr. Stansfield, give you any grief and say we can't get extra money for a pro or for equipment or to get the covers done? Do you ever get involved in any of that?
Not from the equipment side of things, but we have had chats about pro budgets in the past. But to be fair to Matthew, he's usually spot on with stuff like that. We do have budgets that we work to, but invariably there's wriggle room, and if he needs to find a few extra quid, he generally can do it.
Yeah, and that's good. That's a good way to work. The separate sections almost, and you all feed off. Off the way the club is being run. I think it's worth mentioning now the socials continue towards the end of the football season now, but there is still open most Saturdays and Sundays for the football. We will be opening early evening time when the junior nets start and the junior practice for parents to come down and have a drink, and we've got the new caterers in place as well, so it's all looking rosy as far as that goes. Stan, I went down to the Gold Cup day at the club. That was, can I say, interesting. Have you had any feedback regarding it? I know Dooch or Joe Martin or Gary weren't there, but have you heard much about the drink all you can for 50 quid?
Well, we think only Greg Kerr managed it. With some ease, I believe. But it was I didn't go. I'm at the club a lot, and sometimes I've got to spend time at home, of course. But I'm told it was hugely successful. Paul Grace's idea. Well done, Gracie. And it's a good example of new blood on the committee. Sam Smith, another example. She came up with the ideas of socials on Saturday and Sunday, and my goodness me, how successful have they been? And as you've said, Jez, it's a great team. It's a great team effort. The new tea room will be something else with Chris and Becky. People won't believe it when they step inside it when it's finished. The new extension, Joe's mentioned Matt Stansfield there, doesn't quibble about anything, doesn't second guess you. If you need something, you get it. And of course, it's probably because we've got such a bloody good membership and supporters that we can afford to do these things. The only person really that examines the expenditure is the treasurer, Keith Fairclough, who, as we know, has long pockets and short arms. He doesn't buy a box of matches without counting that there's 48 in. But he's there every day, cashing up, bringing the new floats in, balancing up all the books. Frank, wonderful secretary, logistical genius. I could go on and mention everybody, of course, but as the chairman, it warms the cockle of my heart. So many people are so involved, and I'd like to think that the new people that come to the club, the members, they all think it's their club. It's not our club. It's their club. We try and make them feel as welcome as they can. Somebody new comes on the ground, I go and introduce myself and what have you. And we just want that feel good. And when the new extension's finished, the new tea room, I think we'll feel even better about the place. But with it being a semi-rural, there's always something that needs doing. And that's where Stubbsy and Roger have been absolutely great. For instance, last year we repaired 30 benches. You and I, Jez, probably Gary less so, and Joe less so. We can remember when benches were collapsed, grass 4 foot high growing through the slats. We're in a different environment. And what's really heartwarming as well is how the cricket side of it, with Joe took a mountain of work off myself by becoming chairman of selectors. Ben Heap, Dan Sal Pietro, Paul Stansfield and Little Deckin as the second 11 captain, Robson third 11 captain, Dave Krupinski fourth 11 captain, all do a marvellous job. Absolutely marvellous. Don't shirk, don't hide away from things, get it done. As I say, touch wood, so far so good.
Brilliant.
Stan, can I just ask, sorry, Jess, can I just ask Stan a question about something you just mentioned there about the depth of help that we have at the club and the number of people that are willing to stick their hand up and do stuff. What do you think that is down to? Because there are lots of other clubs in the Lancashire League who we see with our own eyes do not have that affiliation or do not have that depth of help, or people, ex-players who want to stick around, or new people who come to the club. Why is it? And if you were creating a club from scratch, how would you sort of replicate that, and how have we been able to do it and other clubs haven't?
Well, I think now it will be enormously difficult. Transport Lowerhouse Cricket Club from 2000 to now, although there is grant money, I got an awful lot of grant money in those first few years. So we could put people through coaching qualifications, which are £300 a throw now. We could put people through coaching qualifications. Jez's dad, Jeff, when he was the groundsman, would spend the first hour repairing the machinery from the day before. And we got grant money to repair the machinery, grant money for mowers, etc. That would be hard now. But I would put everything, and I would say this, I would put everything down to the feel-good factor that comes from the juniors. The key, I think, is you get everybody involved. I asked some of the older players to come back and coach. That was a big help. They agreed to. Parents, Eric Howarth, God bless Eric Howarth. Eric Howarth brought his lad to the club. He liked it that much. Within 12 months, he bought us a bowling machine. I eventually paid him back, and then he went straight out and bought me a mower. Parents like that, and with more than Eric, parents like that. We, of course, had the generosity of Harry Brooks and our current president, Raymond Bradley. I would say that you can't buy a feel-good factor. You've got to create it. And the first win in 2004, we won the Cup. 2005, we won the league. The juniors go from 3 teams to 10 teams to 12 teams. More success on the field. Matt Hope has the genius idea of renovating the club room, which took us from a 36 grand a year club to a 100 grand a year bar, and it's now probably going to be a 300 grand a year bar. Again, that financial safety net is crucial. Otherwise, we couldn't spend 20,000 on coaching and the pitch. So, to repeat myself, feel good factor brings people in, people enjoy. We've tried to make everybody feel welcome. We've tried to make everybody feel that it's their club. And as I say to everybody, the under-9 or the under-7 on his first day at Lowerhouse Cricket Club is as important as the first team captain. And I think if as a club we have that attitude that everybody matters. A lot of the coaches don't have a qualification. They've got a DBS check. They're members of the Coaches Association, but they don't have a qualification because all they want to do is run a game that's safe. Or that's all that we want them to do. Run a game that's safe. Coaching points. If they're not capable of coaching it, they pass it on to a trainer on a Monday or a Wednesday, and they work on it. So the more people you can get involved, the better chances you have of success. And success breeds success. But the feel-good factor would be my one sentence answer.
Yeah. And the juniors, Stan, it's a really good point. I never thought of that before. I've always just put it down to hard work from yourself and others, but then success on the field. Because, Gary and myself and you even further, Stan, there were difficult years when you're not doing well. You've no money. You've no real income. There's no one really wants to help. It's amazing that we're still, we can still remember the days when it was a social club, and cricket really came second, if not third, maybe, to a few things. So it's amazing how quickly that's happened. I know it's probably it's taken 40 years or so, but it has happened, and we have to be careful that we don't lose sight of that and be complacent.
Well, Jez, absolutely, and I'm very mindful that I've mentioned the upgrading of the club room. And of course, you're running the 100 Club, which brings in several £1,000s a year. Without those, you don't have a financial safety net. And back in the day, the club was about survival.
Yeah.
And the people who ran the club at the time did a wonderful job keeping it alive, but they didn't have a financial safety net. I remember if you wanted to buy anything, it cost more than 20.
Yeah.
What's 20 quid now? Probably 75 quid. You had to put it through. You had to put it through the committee. They had meetings. They would have the committee meeting in the lane end, the heating or the boiler room.
Yeah.
The mere fact that they kept the club afloat means that we're here now.
Yeah.
We're here now.
It is, and we've captured a lot of that going back, and we still, this has been a great podcast for 40 minutes talking about the old days, knowing what is happening at the club now, what we spend, how we spend it, and how successful it all is. And I suppose recording the podcast over COVID and the laughs and the memories that we made are there now forever around Stan being huddled up in that little room, sat on an electric heater. Can
I just elaborate on that, Jez? Because
of course you can. Always.
I'd almost forgotten that. That's another example. Every Saturday afternoon in the winter, about 7 of us, and I was only 17, 18, but Jerry Dawson, Jack Hayes, Duncan Hall, Kevin Higgins, a guy called Bill, can I remember his name? And 7 of us would sit on 2 forms in the boiler room, and you'd shut the door and another chair would be against the door. So you all had to go to the toilet together. Somebody broke wind, it was mayhem. And you'd all get your drink at the same together. So jump forward 50 years, and we've got 80 people at a social on a Saturday afternoon watching Sky Sports News.
Yeah, it is.
But we haven't to lose sight of those days, yes, as if you said, we haven't to lose sight of those days. Standing in the old bar, stuffing beer towels in the cracks to keep the draft out. Incredible. Yeah. Incredible.
Stan, and I think it's worth a couple of minutes just reminiscing, even if no one else likes it, we like it, is the first team players on a rota to work behind the bar.
Yeah, Joe Beneducci, he served his time behind the bar. I remember my bar partner most of the time was Brian Holmes. I mean, dear me, did we have some laughs? But just to tell a tale.
Yeah, please do.
They realised that they'd only got one cherry, and back in the day, people would have a Cinzano or a Martini or a Baby Sham with a cherry. Yeah. So I'm behind the bar with Jack and Jerry, and you can imagine Jack's in a foul mood because they've only got one cherry. Jerry goes round to collect the glasses, comes back, he says, Jack, he says, it's not as bad as we thought. That woman who's got the cherry she's only swishing it around and putting it in the ashtray. He said, nobody's smoking, so I've rescued it. So they wash the cherry under the tap, pop it back into the jar for the second woman to come up and can I have a cherry? So she's swishing it around. This cherry was passed backwards and forwards until Jerry came back at about 9:30 and said, you won't believe this. Some bastards ate it.
Absolutely priceless. I think listeners, if you're liking that sort of story, please have a look at the back catalogue, because there's some, we can't go into it all now, but we've had first 11 players on that used to they were whinging to other members of the staff who were working because the pot washer's snogging on the dance floor. and and then someone covering Gary's the head barman for this night, and after half an hour decides to tell Gary that the pop-up was on fire. So there's loads and loads of those stories if people want to go back and listen. In fact, we might need to do some more of those, just to get them back out there for people to listen to.
We should have a subsection on the back as dues.
The one story I would tell, and Gav Shields loves it, is the cellar rat. So if anybody wants to hear that, give me a bell. It's about. In fact, can I tell it? It's a quick one.
Stand, crack on. Yeah, we love it.
It's about it. Jack says to Jerry, "Nick cellar, Jerry. You're younger than me. Change that barrel." Jerry says, "No." Jack says, "What do you mean, no?" He says, "There's a rat in cellar." Jack says, "A rat?" He said, Second World War, when we were mopping up Italy, he said there were rats there the size of Jack Russells. He said we used to shoot them with Thompson submachine guns. Jerry said, "Give me a Thompson submachine gun and I'll play the
toy." We could have one just with bar stories. I'm sure we could. And people do enjoy it. We know that. We know from the feedback we get. So let's get another episode up. Get Stan on. We might, in fact, we could get Joe Martin to host another non-Christmas special to get Shez on, his uncle, and Tony and Stan together to get some of those stories out.
Shez is north of the border now, Jez. So
we're back this weekend, though, weren't they?
Oh, was he?
Yeah, they had a gig at the. So this is Ian Sheridan, used to play for us. I'm sure a lot of people know him. He's now he's migrated, I think's the word. But he was back this weekend playing in Colne for his band Complete Control.
Oh, fantastic! I'm glad he got in contact with us.
Guess it right, don't be a quitter. It's time to play. Guess the winner.
I'm going to move on. We've got the draws to do. So there's 2 draws. The way this goes, Stan, is, well, you know how the draws are drawn. But if you've not listened, we have a game which is called Guess the Winner. So Joe Martin gets his bag of balls together, and we need to go up to 177. Please, Joe. We have got a few new members as well that I'd like to just give a shout out to. So 177 is Joe Martin, but I'd first of all give a shout out to a new joiner this week, Hugh Birkinshaw, who is Faye Mason's dad, and I think his grandchildren play at the club. Is that right, Stan?
Yes, Joe Masson, third team, hopefully second teamer to be, if not even further. Yeah, so and Stuart and Faye, great members. Yeah. Hugh was a head teacher. He used to teach David Lloyd.
Hey, we need you on for these draws, Stan, because this is what I'm missing. This lot take the mickey out of me because I don't know who half of them are. So thanks very much, Hugh, for joining. Your number is 129, and you will be in this evening's draw. Also, shout out, and these are people who've joined really the last 6 months or so, but we really appreciate you making the inquiries. It's easy to join, so anyone else who wants to come in, then please just give me a shout, or anyone on the committee, or message Adam on the Facebook page or on the website. So Grace and Zara Dole, have joined their 116. I don't know if you're aware of this, Stan, but Aggers has got his 2 lads to join. He promises me that they're over 18 for gambling reasons. So Joshua and Jacob Haggerty are
Well,
number
they're over
100.
18 months. They're over 18 months.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. I forgot that.
Zara's one of our in the new girls team. Zara Dole and her mum and dad Steve, regular attenders, great people.
Yeah, daughters. Yeah, the daughters of Louise and Steve, and I'm assured that they're over 18 months as well. We've got to mention Sharon Stansfield joined. She's just determined to win before Paul, because Paul hasn't won in years, he says. So if we can fiddle that, her number is 106. Lynette Waddington, Dave Waddington's missus, because of the podcast, because she listens and laughs at us being daft when we're drawing it, wanted to join. So thanks very much, Lynette, for joining this year.
That £5 a month will be coming out of her wage. It won't be coming out of Waddle's pocket, I can tell you that.
Michael Thomas also joined in the last 6 months or so. He lives on the
End House.
Yeah, on Thorndale. Yeah.
Big Rochdale fan, so he's happy.
Really? I thought he was a Burnley fan. Yeah, so thanks very much, Michael. We've also, Louise and Stephen Dole they've got 2 numbers, and so their second number is 36. Chippy's joined us. Now he's come back into the fold after 20 years away, and he's properly back. He's in Poland at the moment with his family, but he will be coming back in the summer to keep watching us. So Chippy is number 22. Chris Ashworth joined, who is 20. And then finally Natalie Greaves. So thanks to all those for joining and raising some good funds for us. For those who aren't aware or haven't read it on the website, we guarantee 60%, anything between 60 and 75% of the takings that we take for this goes back into the cricket club. Each year it's generally about £5,000 which goes back to the club, and the rest is obviously in prize money. The between 60 and 75% is prize money. The rest, whether it's 25 to 40%, goes to the club. We've raised, we were laughing about it. I saw something on the website, Stan, and I remember this vividly. 2020 early, and you ran a draw at the police station, which was similar to this, and you were mising people to join, and I came into your sergeant's office, which was an honour at that time to be allowed in. And we discussed, and I persuaded you to show me how it was and how it was run, and we set it up then. So 26 years ago that this was set up. Another real bit of a funny story, because it's still happening. Stan got one of the police members mixed up with a Lowerhouse member, so we've had a police, or he's well retired now, John Puttock, in the Lowerhouse draw, and he thought he was in the police draw.
Just to go back to that list of people you read out there, Jez, and that's a right good example of what we've been talking about. Yeah. Most of them have children playing here, and all of them good social people, attend all the functions, come to the social. Chris Ashworth's been doing some work in the tea room as well. All good people. Great to see.
Brilliant. And like I said, if people want to join, it's £5 a month. We like it by standing order, if that's okay. And every month we have at least £300 each month. And then we have 500 in January and July. They're split up into 4 prizes per month, and that is quite flexible depending how many joiners we've got. So February, we need to draw February and March, please, Joe. The first prize for £100, please.
Number 98.
Number 98. So what I have to do now, Stan, is look on my sheet, and then I try and get the others, and you can play in this now. So it's just you 3 to guess who it is. So number 98, female.
Female.
Gavin Shields.
No, we'll move on. Wife of an ex-player.
Wife of an ex-player.
Bloody hell.
Well, that could be Sharon Stansfield.
No.
No, Rachel Beneducci.
No.
Oh,
Maureen
Lindsay Blaise.
No.
My God, Joe, that's controversial.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, Colin Blair's an ex-player. Bang out of order.
You'll have to edit that one. You'll have to edit that one.
Don't edit it.
Otherwise-
Leave it in. And if you do edit it, I'm going to tell him you said it anyway. It's
I know-
been named in the team for Sunday's friendly, by the way, so it's factually incorrect.
Wife of ex-player. We need more than that, Jez.
Okay. Well, I'm really rooting for Gary or Dooch because Stan, you're a font of knowledge for our ex-members.
Yeah, well, this
Dio-
is very this is very vague, isn't it? If I do know, I'll just say I know. But
Dio.
No. I know this can be said for the vast majority of the players and ex-players, but he's a really lovely lad.
What era, Jez? Come on,
Yeah,
give us a bit of
era.
an
Give us an
era.
era.
He struggles with eras, does Jez? It all,
He does,
it all
yeah.
melds into one for him.
It's the same age as Chris Aston.
No, I've messed up a bit.
Oh God.
It's the sister-in-law of said ex-player. I just saw the last name and I saw a female name and I went for it. Now that you should get that.
Era of the player, Jez.
Say again.
Era of the player.
I certainly played with him, and so obviously Dooch and Joe Martin have. You once played with him, Gary.
Is it Finch's sister-in-law?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah. I can't remember her first name. Sorry.
Come on, half a point for Joe. Can anyone else get half a point?
It's David's wife, innit? David
Yeah.
Finch's
Oh,
wife. Seth's
right,
mum.
so
Seth's mum.
yeah, Christ, my memory's gone. Eh?
We're gonna have to
Is
edit
it
this.
Sarah?
Yeah,
Sarah.
Sarah Finch. Well done, Stan.
Female.
Well done. So well done, Sarah. £100 coming your way. Thanks very much. You've been in for donkey's years. Your last one in April. Oh, you
Well
didn't
done, Sarah. And with interest, that the time it took to work you out, that's just gone up to £105.
Yeah. Crikey. Sarah's last win was 2021 in June.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So another number,
Yes,
please.
yes, if you don't mind me saying so, wouldn't an obvious clue have been bird?
We've done that previously, Stan, and I wouldn't have thought of that. And I really get under pressure on these. You know, you don't realise how much pressure they put me under. And some of the gaffes I've done previously, which we've had to edit a couple, it's been that bad.
We
So-
Stan, we had a Lowerhouse Bird 11, you know.
Yeah, we did.
Dave and Chris Buzzard.
David Wren. Yeah.
Joe and Paddy Martin.
Yeah.
Gordon
Anyway,
Howard.
Gavin Shithawk.
Right, next second prize, please, for February, which is £80, please, Joe.
Number 92.
Shake 'em up.
90. The mother-in-law of a current player.
Married.
Quite sure I've got this.
Female.
Yes,
As most mother-in-laws are, Joe.
Barbara Hudson.
correct.
Oh,
Well-
good.
well
nice,
done,
Joe.
Well done, Joe. Well done, Joe Beneducci.
Good job.
Well done.
Did you hear that, Joe? He said current player.
I didn't say Lindsay Blessard.
Currently a player.
So, well done, Barbara. Barbara's been in for donkey's years. Yeah, in fact, she joined in January 2000, Stan, so she's been in from the start. So fantastic. Thanks very much, Mrs. Hudson. Third prize, please, Joe, for £70.
Number 78.
Male.
Great lad.
I don't really know him.
Oh, okay.
His family have got 3 numbers in the draw.
Oh. Next
Not
one, please.
a cricketer then, Jez.
Not currently. I don't. I think he might have played as a junior, but I've got another clue that I can give you, but you'll probably get it quite quickly. So let's see if we can just let you sweat a bit.
Tell me again the first clue
Or
or second clue.
male.
He didn't really
Male.
give us one. He just told us he's male.
And how many numbers in the draw?
3 numbers. This family have got 3 numbers in the draw.
Including his own?
Oh my goodness, Joe. Does it matter 3, 4, or 5?
Well, yeah, because there might be 3 people that I know. So, like, for example, it could be Andrew Wren.
Including this one, there is 3 numbers with the family of the same name.
Is it 2 sons, a wife and a daughter? Any more info, Jez?
The father,
Colonel Mustard in the study.
the father probably pays for all 3. In fact, I'm sure he does.
Watson.
No,
Sim.
no, good. That's a good shout. That's not far off.
That was a
The
good one.
mother who
That,
pays for them, not the father.
Got to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you know him though.
Yeah.
Stephen
Okay.
Dole.
Who, sorry?
Stephen Dole.
No. So you've just mentioned sim. Think of what Sims, certainly me and Stan are aware of this, and you two must know it, Joe and Gary. What occupation would you link them to?
Coppers.
So this is also linked.
Policeman.
Mm.
Oh, Stan, you're going to boot yourself. Joe
Is it
Beneducci.
me?
Jury
Is it
hands.
me?
No, Joe Beneducci's winning 1.5. Stan half, Gary none. And this is really on the wire, this one, because you should get this, Stan. You're going to boot yourself.
Bissell.
Correct.
Oh,
Well done, Henry
good.
Bissell.
Well,
Henry Bissell.
Don't know.
Well done, Henry. £70 coming your way. I think I'll have to send it to your dad, which would be unfortunate, but I'm sure he'll give it you. Fourth prize, please, Joe. £50.
167.
Right. Certainly not an ex-player.
Oh, so a current player.
No, certainly not a player. Certainly not a current player or an ex-player.
Oh,
Said with a bit of a glint in his eyes, there's
Yeah.
some reasons to why this person wouldn't be a player.
Male or female?
Male. I mean, you'll never get that. I'm quite sure you'll know him, all of you. He doesn't what? He's a supporter.
Roy.
No,
No.
no. He used to come down watching a lot. Comes now on odd occasions. Nothing really to do with Rose Grove. In fact, I think it was my brother Matt that got him and quite a few others to join.
Ed.
I bet it's probably
Grisket.
10. No, that sort of
Richard
group.
Hartley.
No.
Elmer.
Again, that sort of group, but older.
Older than Elmy.
Yeah. Okay,
Big
I'll give you
Al.
a-
Big
Right.
Al.
There you go, Stan. So I was just going to say he was connected with the refurbishment of the club, but it's not.
Pete Sim.
No. Now, why Pete Sim? That's miles off. It's not
No, is
connected.
that-
Pete. Big Al's mate, Pete.
Yeah. Come on, last name.
Oh, I was
Half a
talking to
point
his
for
daughter
Stan.
talking to his daughter on Big Al's daughter in Lanzarote Airport. Pete, Jesus. No, it's not Pete Jesus.
Mr. Gregory.
What letters begin with, Jez?
Well, his dude's not getting there.
I can see his face. I'm not going to get it though. I thought his surname was Sim, but I mixed him up with somebody else.
Begins with M. His last name begins with M.
Marsden.
For mother.
Moss.
And for mother.
No.
Yeah.
Is it not Moss?
No.
Marshall.
No.
We're just guessing last names beginning with M now, Jez. You might as well put us out with
Pete Maudsley.
No. Pete Morris.
Morris. Oh God.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I knew you'd know it. Pete
Sorry,
Morris.
Pete.
Yeah, a great friend of Matt, my brother, and Big Al, as you've said. Sadly lost his wife recently, but he was down on a couple of games last year, and he's going to come down a lot more. So we've let's have a pint with him. Again, fantastic lad. I mean, I've never said, "Oh, this is an horrible person," ever that's won it, but I suppose there might be someone. Right, so that's February done. Well done, Pete. £50. We'll get that to you. Now move on to March. Get all your balls back in, please, Joe. And first prize, £100.
Number 69. How childish.
That's not a bad position to be in.
Anyway, up.
All right, this is a lady.
Oh, female.
Even better.
Player's mum.
Gloria Blizzard.
No.
Louise Payne.
No.
Bottom.
Oh, good and Gary. Yeah.
And Sim.
No.
Sue Martin.
No.
Suzanne
Wayne
Heaton.
Stansfield.
No.
Helen
Good lad.
Williams. Helen Williams.
No. The good lad, this lad. He has a tendency, and I think we've all probably seen him do this, when he has a little bit too much to drink, he falls asleep anywhere.
Oh, Will Norcross.
Yes.
Oh, Melanie Norcross.
Melanie
Norcross.
Melanie Norcross, that's right. So because you got it, Joe, no one gets a point. Well done,
Oh.
Melanie.
Oh, am I not allowed to guess?
Not
When I
really,
get
no.
half for Melanie.
Did he say it in time before Joe did?
No, he didn't. No.
No, I didn't. No, you don't, Stan. You're still winning 2 to 1.5. So,
Good pick.
£100 Melanie Norcross. I'll get that through to you, Mel, as soon as I can. Probably
Right,
early
good
next
pick.
week. Second prize, please, Joe. £80.
108. Jez up.
No. Gary Gooch and Joe Martin will never have even seen this lad. You might have heard his name on here. Never have heard or seen of him.
Is this Mr. Gregory?
No.
Lord Lucan.
I'm trying to be as cryptic as I can here, but so someone gets a chance other than Stan.
Well, no one's got a chance at the minute. We just know he's a man.
Well,
And he's invisible. Pick Brady.
well, let's see how good people's listening skills are. We spoke about him earlier.
It's the guy who's in your police thing, Stan.
Yeah.
John.
it is.
Pop.
John Puckett.
John Potter. Well done, Gary.
Nice, Gary.
Well done, Gary.
Hey.
Stan, you should have got that, Stan.
No, well, I did know it, but I didn't think you wanted me to say it.
Well done, John. Another 80 quid. See, you're better off in our draw than the police one after all these years.
He's not in that anymore either.
Is he not?
Never was.
Because John Puttick's lad did play here.
Right.
I think he played under 9s, under 10s, I think.
Yeah, he won last year at one stage, and we had a real laugh about it. When I eventually got hold of him to send him the money, we had a real laugh about it. And he said, "No." I said, "If you want to drop out after 26 years, that's fine." But he said, "No, he wants to carry on."
Yeah, well, good lad, John. John, Chess, does anybody drop out other than through passing away?
Yeah, we get a few that do, but we don't like talking about them because they might have their own personal reasons.
Oh, yeah.
£70, please, Joe. Third prize.
Number 82.
Oh, come on, baby.
Gary Morehouse.
Correct. Well done, Duke. Well done.
Oh, yes, Gary.
£70 to Gary Morehouse. Well done.
Oh,
Gary.
well done, Gary.
Quality.
Is that me back in the league, Jez?
Yes. Should this not be like when you're in the room and you say, "Oh, put it back"?
People do that separately, Stan. People have done that quite a few times.
Yeah.
But usually anonymously. So, Gary, you last won in January 2022.
Well done, Gary.
So,
Oh,
well
wait.
done. It's been a long 4 years, but you're back into it. £70, Gary. I'll make sure that gets through to you. Final prize. So the scores for Guess the Winner. Joe Martin 1, Gary 1, Stan 2, Joe Beneducci 2.5.
Nice. All to play for.
Going to the wire. £50, please, Joe. Spin your balls.
I think this is an original one, Jez. Number 6.
You're right. This lady joined at the outset of us setting this up.
Judith Wren.
No.
Elaine Hayes.
No.
And Cochrane.
Yes.
Oh,
Gary, well done.
Gary.
Oh, Gary Morehouse.
£50.
Jez, would you mind just checking the last time I won? I think it was when I had the cheque delivered by Chariot.
Let me have a look, Stan. You do. Everyone says that, but then when I look at it,
I'll bet it's.
Jez
I'll bet
wants
it-
to look for that. And we put Johnny Russell and the other Paul Stansfield on Saturday, and they were both saying that they'd not won for ages. And if they told you that they'd not won for ages in days gone by, then miraculously their number would come out.
when I used to have them bag of balls at the club, there was the odd occasion when they didn't get dropped on the floor. Stan, you won on the 20th of October 2020.
Oh, that's a long time, Stan.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
What's his number?
75.
Get an extra number, Stan. You'll double your chances.
That's amazing, that, Jez. That's my police draw number.
I think you probably picked it at the start, Stan, would you not?
I think I probably did on the basis that I'm still doing the same pools numbers that I did in 1980.
Pools? Is the pool still going?
Yeah.
All right. No, I didn't know that.
And the lottery numbers as well.
Do you only pick one?
No, you pick however many numbers there are, Joe.
No,
In the
I mean, do you only pick one row of numbers?
in the lottery.
Mm.
Yeah, Thunderball in the lottery. Yeah, same numbers. Same
No, but
numbers.
you have
on
multiple. You have multiple goals. You can do multiple attempts, can't you? Or do you just do one?
what, with the same numbers.
No. Like,
No, I just use my unlucky numbers as they are.
When did you win, Dooch? I've got you down as February 20. That wouldn't have been 2020, would it? You've won recently.
Rachel's
No,
won.
I ain't won for yonks.
Yeah,
Oh,
Rachel's
February
won a few times, I
2020.
think, Joe, hasn't she?
So they're Anne Cochran.
And Gary, well done, Gary.
fantastic job. Has anyone on here listened to the podcast Anne's done around the history? I know you lot take the mickey out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah, no, I have. Yeah, it's good.
It's
Very good.
outstanding.
I've read it. I haven't
Really,
listened
really
to it. I've read
interesting.
it.
Yeah, it comes across really well about the history of the club. So give it a listen. I can't remember the name of it. It's not on this. We'll put a link on the website. In fact, there probably is one to go and have a look. So thanks very much. The final scores on the guess the winner is Joe Beneducci 1. He had 2.5. Stan had 2. Gary had 2, and Joe Martin had 1. So well done all. Right, I'll go round the room or the screen before we finish. I'll go first. First of all, Stan, thanks ever so much for coming on. I know it's an hour and a
Pleasure.
bit out of your time, but you give a good insight. People listen, they want to know the stuff you're saying and how the club is going and the progress that we make and how the pitch is. So thanks ever so much for coming on. Thanks to you, the other 3, for helping me out with the draw. And again, let's just push that draw as much as we can. It does raise good funds, and it's easy for us all to do, and we can have a laugh and a joke about it. Joe Martin, quickly, how's the prep for the start of the season with the players going?
Yeah, not so bad. Obviously the weather's not great, but we've done a few different things indoors. So yeah, we're looking all right.
Good. All the best. We'll try and we will fit another one in. I'd like to think before the season starts. It'd be good to get Ben on and the pro.
Oh yeah.
And talk about all cricket things at senior level. Gary, thanks very much for dialing in. Hope things are good over there, and we can see you this summer. It'd be good to have another catch up. We've had a good few over the last couple of years, so thanks very much for joining. Anything you want to add before we end the podcast?
Not for me, Jez. Thanks. Looking forward to coming up, see some cricket at some point.
Yeah, good to see you, Gary. Good to see you, mate.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
you too.
Thanks, guys. Duke, anything? We've spoke about the squad a little bit. Anything to update us with regard players' fitness? Anything that you can impart that isn't secret?
No, everything's looking fine. Clean bill of health, really. Everybody's availability is good for the early games. So, yeah, we're looking forward to getting some teams out. I just wanted to mention one little thing that had been on the website recently, and that's Ryan Harris successfully coaching South Australia again to back-to-back Sheffield Shield titles. Great to see another one of our ex-pros doing so well on the world stage.
Yeah,
Great tribute to David Rennie, could pick him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well,
Pete Fulton's got the
I
Middlesex
was going
job
to say
as well,
the
by
Pete
the way.
Fulton thing, Joe. Yeah.
Pete Fulton's got the Middlesex coach's job, so he's going to be over here he'll be over here now, I would imagine. So yeah.
Yeah, and you
that
put that with
rich vein that we've had.
Yeah, with Motti and Macca, that's 4 high-profile jobs in coaching that they've had, isn't it?
Well, Motti's consulting for Lancashire, the T20 and one-day stuff, is in Lancs this year.
Yeah, I believe it might have been all the experience we gave them, Stan, when they proed for us around coaching and how committed we were.
And I had to pull your finger out in Jacques Rudolph's case, Jez. That must be worth a piece on the website. That well done, Renners. For and how successful they've been.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll get that on. I mean, we have got. I mean, I don't think there's any problem mentioning it on here. I've managed to persuade the Wrens to come on a podcast that me and Joe Martin are going to do, and to talk all about their lives, how they got into cricket at an early stage, and then David getting so involved as he did, and just talk through. It's been 10 years since David passed away, and we want to get it down on record and have a good chat. They've been reluctant to do it previously, but I think we're getting them into a good place to try and get it all on record. So that'd be something good to bring up on that, Stan, as well. So
be great, yeah.
Watch this space. So thanks very much, Duke, for dialing in. I really appreciate it. Stan, final word with you. Anything you want to add or you want to talk about before we finish this episode?
No, we're looking forward to the new season immensely. We're very lucky in that we've got a professional that not only is he a very effective professional in terms of performances, but he's absolutely marvellous in terms of how the team approach games, how he approaches coaching. it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, he's when he's been on here, he's been fantastic. And when you get chatting to him, and anyone listening, if you're on the ground and Dan's around and you want to have a catch up with him, just introduce yourself. He will talk to you. He's working at Lancs now, as well as pro for us. He's a very approachable sort of fella. So, thanks very much, Stan. We will see you soon. So, listeners, thanks very much for all your time, all your contributions, whether it's watching, whether it's socialising, or just listening to the podcast. It really does help. Thanks, everyone, and goodbye.